Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I am Shabina Mahmood and I am with you again with the next lecture related to the book of English of 10th class. Here is the name of the chapter, The Rain. First I am going to tell you the theme of this poem. This is a poem and in this poem the poet is going to tell you about the difference between the bestowing of the blessings of Allah Ta'ala between the rich and the poor people. I am going to say a very important thing over here, that he has used a metaphor of green and upper leaves and lower leaves to show the presence of rich and poor people. Now I am going to tell you that he is saying that now I am going to tell you that by personifying these two things, writer is going to tell us the condition of rich and poor people by the use of a natural thing, that is the rain. He says that when the rain comes, the raindrops falls over the leaves which are on the upper surface. They can gain more and more blessing of Allah Ta'ala. That as we know that rain is a very cool and contented blessing of Allah Ta'ala, and he's saying that similar to this, the leaves which are at the lower surface, they are going to take the small amount of this blessing. So similar is in the case of rich and poor people, that rich people are bestowed with lot of blessings from Allah Ta'ala, and the remaining blessings are trickled down towards the poor people. This is the main theme of these two stanzas, which we will read while we will go through the chapter The Rain. In this lecture, I will give you the complete description of all the grammatical contents which are present in this chapter. In this chapter, we will learn the use of transitive and intransitive verbs. We will learn about prepositions. We will learn about the use of active and passive voice sentences. We will learn the denotation and connotation, and we will learn the metaphor and personification. These are the main grammatical objectives which are necessary while you have to analyze this chapter. And I am going to analyze this chapter in front of you as you have never analyzed it before. You can see over here on the board that I have divided down transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. This is the first main objective, and I am going to define this objective in front of you over here. Students, here a very main thing is that you have to know the basics of all grammatical contents which are present inside your book and related to the chapter. Each chapter has a different grammatical content. So all these grammatical contents are important, and you have not only cram these grammatical contents, you have to learn all these objectives. You have to learn the definition, you have to understand their use, and all these things will surely help you to prepare your paper. Now I am coming towards transitive verbs. These verbs used with our direct object. Now the question arises, then what is the direct object? Here is an example to show you the presence of the direct object. He wrote a letter. He is a subject, as I have shown over here. Wrote is a transitive verb because it is going to follow our direct object, a letter. Now I am coming towards intransitive verbs. These verbs are used without our direct object. Yes, what type of verbs which are used without a direct object? Over here is an example. John is sleeping. Here John is a subject, and sleeping is an intransitive verb because here is no any type of object which is going to follow this transitive or intransitive verb. So in this way you will surely be able to learn the transitive verbs as well as the intransitive verbs, as these are over here in front of you with examples, and these examples will surely help you to understand the concept completely. Okay students, now I am coming towards the second objective of the grammar, that is preposition. Yes, we have to learn what is the use of preposition. But before going to learn the use of preposition, we have to learn and we have to define the preposition first. Preposition is a word that shows a relationship between noun and a pronoun. Yes, all the words that are going to show you a distance, a relationship, a correlation between noun and a pronoun are known as preposition. Here on the screen you can see some prepositions, and all these are the words which are used as preposition in the sentence. For example, with, at, from, into, during, including, until, against, among, throughout, despite, towards, upon, concerning, of, to, in, for, on, by, about, like, through, over, before, between, after, since, without, under, within, along, following, across, behind, beyond, plus, except, but, and up. Okay students, all these words, and this list is very helpful for you because I have shown all the words which are used as preposition in the sentence to make a relation between noun and a pronoun. Now I am coming towards the next grammatical objective, which is active passive voice. As I have told you before that when we have studied the chapter first aid, and I have given you a lecture on the grammatical concepts of the unit, I have given you out a detailed note and a detailed lecture about the use and about the sentence making and about the deviations which come while we are going to change the sentences of different tenses into from the active voice to the passive voice. So you have to go back to my lecture related to the chapter first aid to know all the techniques and all the grids in a short precise form to understand the phenomena of active passive voice. Now I am coming towards the next grammatical object, which is denotation and connotation. We have discussed it before many times, but now I am going to discuss it in front of you again precisely so you can revise it again. But for the complete description, you have to go back and follow my lectures because I have given a complete detailed lecture on denotation and connotation before. Now I am coming towards denotation. This is the dictionary definition of a word, and while we are going to read the connotation, the deeper meaning associated with the word. This meaning is usually related or this meaning is usually associated with the emotions. That is, we are going to describe any type of feelings of love, sadness or romance and all these things. So such type of words meanings are comes in the category of connotation, and the simple dictionary meanings are come in the category of denotation. Now I am coming towards the next grammatical objective, that is the use of metaphor and personification. And before going to tell you, I have to explain these objectives in front of you. Okay students, here on the board there is a definition of metaphor. What is a metaphor? A direct comparison of two objects, people or things. Where, how we can do this comparison? Here is an example. He is a shining star. Here you are comparing a boy to a shining star directly. Yes, you are going to give him the title of the shining star. Yes, this type of comparison comes in the category of metaphor. Now I am coming towards personification. To give human qualities to animals and objects. Yes, the stars winked at me. Winking is a human quality and stars are going to winking. So this quality is going to give to an object. So this type of comparison or this type of quality giving thing is known as personification. So now after this lecture you are able to understand all these grammatical objectives which are present inside the chapter The Rain. You have learned the use of transitive and intransitive verbs. You have learned preposition, active and passive voice, denotation, connotation, metaphor and personification. And after this lecture you will surely be able to understand and grasp out the complete grammatical objectives which are present inside this chapter. With the next lecture, I will be with you as soon as possible. Till then you have to wait for me, in which we will discuss all the stanzas one by one with with complete detail and description. Till then you have to wait for me. I will be with you inshallah ta'ala as soon as possible. Allah Hafiz.